There we go. Yay or nay, yeah. Finally live. It's something I want to do last season, didn't much time. But now it's summer, right? It's summer vacation, we have some more time. So it's easier, of course, now. So yeah, so now then, I'm gonna go over the animes that I've seen this season, right? Which has been a lot of animes, and a lot of strong animes. Summer is very strong, I think summer is much better than spring. Spring has some good shows, obviously Titan was the biggest one, so on, right? But summer has a lot of good shows, summer has a lot of shows I feel no one expected to be good, I guess, or you're coming there, right? And they're quite good, For example, Copcraft, I think it's a good sleeper hit, for example. It's a good anime. We maybe didn't expect it to be good, but it's like, oh yeah, it's pretty good. So we're gonna go like Monday, Tuesday. I think the easiest thing for me in my head at least, we're gonna go like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, of course, Sunday. And you won't cover all animes. We cover about like 20, 30 animes here now. And what animes are we gonna skip? We're not gonna talk about we're not gonna talk about continuation animes like Black Clover. I mean, I love Black Clover. It's a great episode today. So yeah, yay Black Clover, right? But we're gonna go with Monday. So let's start right away. Let's talk about it. Let's go into. Should we start with the worst? Should we start with the worst thing? Okay, let's go with like a medium thing. Yay or nay? And the button didn't work. Come on, yay or nay? There we go. Yes, Hensuki. Okay, Hensuki. Is this a good anime or not? Hensuki, would you love a pervert because she is cute? It's an anime, right? It's a typical harem anime where the main character is surrounded by very horny female characters trying to seduce him, right? And so far, so spoilers, I think it's a spoiler. So far, we've seen that Senpai wants to be his slave, where Kohai wants him to be her slave, right? So he's a princess, and the other one is the dog, the bitch, and it's honestly, in my opinion, and obviously I'm correct, but this is a nay for me. I wouldn't say like strong nay, but it's like a weak kind of mediocre nay because. See, okay, so I like horror animes. I have seen them all. Since Tenshu Moyo, Love Hina, I have all the manga, right? I'm a huge horror fan. I've reacted to Lax's We Never Started Right, Quintuplets and so on. And in my opinion, this is the weakest horror anime this season. Or sorry, this year, I mean. Season, as well as this season. But honestly, in my opinion, I think Quintuplets are much better. I think that We Never Started, much better characters. Okay, hello, Voltex. Or how's the name pronounced? Okay, so let me try to bust your name here. Volsite. So I say it. Volsite, Lausch. So yes, I think Hensuki, it is. I feel a pretty weak horror anime. And this might be a nitpicky for me though, but I think that horror animes, you always need to have the suspension of disbelief how the main characters are complete moral, right? So where the girls are like, touch my oppies! And he's like, no. Yeah, you have to kind of have that. Why doesn't he just have sex with them, right? And it's kind of weird while the character never, actually has sex, right? So why I love Domestic no Kanyo because he has sex episode 1. I was like, whoa, this is a realistic anime. This is very uncommon. And I think in some horror animes, it makes more sense, right? Where, for example, in Class Tenshu Moyo, all the girls are like aliens or demons or both, and he's like, oh my god, no, yeah. It makes a little more sense, right? In this anime, however, it is straight up, right? It is straight up, how I say it, hentai plotline. The girls are basically like, here are my oppai, touch them please, I am naked, and he's like, no. So that's why I don't really like the anime so much in my opinion, because it's just straight up hentai without the hate scenes, right? Without the actual stuff. But the plot is exactly the same, so his behavior makes no sense whatsoever, in my opinion. So I think it's a weak nay. And yeah, Benkyo I think is like, that's like a much. I think it's a good comparison in my opinion. It's the last horror we had. I mean, in Benkyo, the characters are so much more interesting. Right? The girls, in my opinion, in Hensuki, pretty weak. They're not interesting to me. They have the perverted stuff, right? But I kind of like Senpai, I suppose. But I don't really like the personality. To me, is pretty much like, I don't feel that they're strong and so on. Like they don't really drive me to be interested in them and so on. They're just kind of like, oh, he's a pervert, They're pretty weak. So anyway, let's go on then. It's gonna be a weak start here, I know, okay. But this Monday is a little weaker, I guess. Because next anime is gonna be... yeah, it's a reason I made a thumbnail with like a big nay, of course, with Arifureta. This is obviously, so yes, we're starting the week here. This is obviously the biggest nay this season so far. This is by far the worst anime this season. I think it's undeniable that Arifureta, the common powers, is the weakest anime this season. By all the animes, and I'm including the continued anime and so on. This anime is so bad. I already done 2 reviews about it, right? You can check them out, long reviews. But basically, this, if you haven't seen it yet, this is an isekai anime, and that is the only reason I would argue you know what's happening, because if it wasn't isekai, you couldn't follow. Like, it's hard to follow this anime, very hard to follow it. And the reason I have any chance of following is because I've seen so many isekais, so I know what's happening, right? That's because I know the puzzle bits from the previous isekai. So the weakness here is, the biggest issue with Arifureta is the constant flashbacks. It very much reminds me of King's Game, another horrible anime. But King's Game I actually prefer over Arifureta in a way, because King's Game is so incredibly bad that it becomes entertaining. It's so bad, so you're like, oh my god, this is actually pretty funny. This anime here, I feel right now, it's just bad. It's not even funny bad. It's just like, oh, it's just bad. It's just nay. So the big reason then is this constant flashbacks that really don't tell you the story in a good way. If they just had done a storyline chronologically, you know, from point A to point B, it would be much easier to follow. It's very like convoluted. It's very confusing for no reason. It doesn't make the story better. It makes it harder to understand what's happening. And they still haven't explained like why his class is weak, his job, Synergist hero, why is that bad to be that? Haven't been explained. We are just assuming it's bad. What more is it? Nothing really explains about how they fight and so on. The other characters still haven't shown them being isekai. It's just a dreadful anime. They have everything wrong on a production standpoint. And I obviously feel that if you are a fan of the Subterranean, you're probably very sad, right? Because the anime is just completely unnecessarily bad. I think it mainly is the production. If you just rearrange episode 1 and 2's order of the scenes, like the first chance scene, the first thing is rearranged, or like, you know, one pace rearranging it, it's probably a much better anime. You just exact same scenes, but in a chronological order would make it a lot better. And I'm sure of that. So this is the biggest nay this season. Massively big nay from me. And I think ever on. Honestly, agrees on that, more or less. Anyway, so a good anime then. Finally, an anime I actually like this season. Yeah, so I think most animes are good this season. Some really good anime. So Sacred Beast is a yay. It is not the biggest yay, but I feel it's a good anime. I compared it to Faragon before seeing the anime, and I was like, yeah, Faragon, political drama and so on. The premise in About the Sacred Beast sounds like typical political anime drama, which are usually not that good in my opinion, because there are way too many stats, way too many countries, way too much stuff happening. I do love tactical role-playing games, so I like the general story, and most of those animes that have been ranked so on, they take after those like Fire Emblem, that's Ogre Front Mission, so on. They take after their kind of storytelling, but without having the intermissions where you like learn the map, where you fight and so on, in the actual storyline, it is much harder to take the facts and so on seriously. So I think it's pretty weak. So basically, it kind of starts like that. Okay, it's American Civil War, and you're like, oh, it's gonna be another political anime. But then it quickly goes into more like, no, the main character has to kill all his best friends that he was in the war with. He kind of jumps a few years. He's like, you know, jump a time frame. He's injured. He goes back to that, and it's more about this like monster fighting monster. He's a werewolf fighting other monsters, like the Minotaur last episode. Minor spoilers, of course, I mentioned. And it's like they're all his former friends, so it's quite sad. I actually kind of like that anime. It's been one of my favorite animes this season, or at least from the sleeper hit, where I didn't expect anything. I didn't expect it to be good, and I was like, yeah, this is pretty good. That's pretty bad either, but like, yeah, this is pretty good. So there's a yay from me. I think it's a pretty good anime. Anyway, let's go to next Monday anime then, Copcraft. So Copcraft I actually quite like, okay? It's a big yay for me. Probably my favorite anime on Mondays, in my opinion. It's the classic, you know, cop buddy drama, Wunsha plotline, where you have the kind of laid-back cop guy that's like, yeah, I don't really want to do this stuff, but I guess I have to and so on. I kind of like Robin and so on. But of course, a super aggressive elf with a blade, right? And together they're gonna do magic or something. Yeah, together they're gonna be awesome. This episode 2 already, she has to live with him, and he's like, oh, I guess you can live with me, and they have to, like, you know, live together and so on. So the kind of classic buddy cop drama with two characters that has nothing to do with each other, has to become friends and work together and so on, right? So, of course, if you like Rush Hour, or if you like the Little Weapon and so on, those kind of movies, you know exactly what I'm talking about here. It's that kind of anime, and it's pretty good. I like the whole necromancer stuff. It's very violent, people get killed all over the place. But yeah, and also, I really like the art style, okay? You can see her appearance here, right? It's, I can't remember the games it's done, but it definitely has a PlayStation 2 games done as well. I like the art style a lot. So in my opinion, it is. We did Hensuki. Hensuki did it first. You missed it, art style. You missed Hensuki. Now we're going on to Tuesdays. So summer Tuesdays. So Tuesdays we have, of course, Medical Senpai. It's a good image of Medical Senpai. Medical Senpai, and of course You Are Lost, where I feel that You Are Lost is like a really good anime, and Medical Senpai, I feel she's pretty good. Yeah, like, so they're two short animes, right? How would I say them? They're both short. They come after each other. They actually pretty much, I feel, comes in a good situation because they gotta follow each other. So okay, let's talk about Medical Senpai then. So Medical Senpai, it is. I mean, how would you describe Medical Senpai? We're talking about. Actually, she isn't a pervy. No, she isn't actually a hen girl. She's just accidentally constantly showing your pantsuit. She's kind of like that classic girl next door, or a dream girl, right? When you're like 15 and you want to have that super sexy girl next door that accidentally like showers, and you can like, oh, I can see you through the blinders. Yeah, yeah, she's that kind of character that keeps showing her stuff to you all the time. Yeah. I think it's a bit of fun anime. I think it's a yay anime. It's not the best anime, to be honest. I don't think it's the funnest anime season. It's not the anime where you're gonna go and see like, oh my god, this changed my opinion about the world. It's also no Kuni, right? Something like that for you, where you're like, I never thought about life of that. Yeah, it's not that kind of anime, but it really is a funny anime. It's a lot of ecchi moments. It's clearly has that raunchy kind of comedy though. So if you don't like pantsu jokes and like fancy jokes and so on, it's not gonna be the anime for you. But I think it's pretty funny. I think it's pretty entertaining. I think it's a pretty good anime. Now then, to my favorite Tuesday anime. Are You Lost? Okay, big yay. Really, really big yay. Another sleeper hit for me. I was like, man, this anime is freaking fantastic. Right away when you see Himori-chan eating that, she eats the bug and kisses the other girl. She's like, that's my first kiss and there's bug in it. Then you're like, oh yeah, this is a good anime. So, Are You Lost? It's about 4 girls being stuck on like the Lost Island, right? And they have to survive. They have to eat bugs. They have to eat like seaweed. They have to collect water and so on, right? And it's obviously a lot of fan service in that because they're half naked so running around. But it's not like really. I guess it's a lot of fan service. That episode has the rain scene. Okay, it is not fan service so, but I think the jokes are morely how. Of course, Best Girl, more how she's dealing with, she's like, I'm a survivalist. This is nothing to me. How she deals with being on the island. And how the other girls are adapting and having to live and so on this, like eating bugs, and how she's like, a bug, yeah, that's easy and so on. Yeah, so I think it's a really funny anime. I think it really takes the typical schoolgirls, right, put them in a complete other situation. It's isekai in that sense. You throw them in, complete other world. I quite like it. I think it's a good anime. It's actually, on Tuesday, this is my favorite. I think it's the best anime on Tuesdays. Not counting like continuous series or like not Black Clover and so on, not counting in animes that are already going, but on new animes by far. I think it's a really good anime. Yeah, actually a big yay for me. So okay, on Wednesday we have a couple of animes, right? We have Carol on Tuesday. That's still ongoing. Carol on Tuesday, I do. I still love that anime. It obviously is a yay last season, and there's a continuation anime, so don't put that much, but. It's actually, I would say one thing about Carol Tuesday though, it is changing a bit. They kind of went from this plot line and they kind of hard reworked it into like a new start of the season. So it kind of feels like a season 1 again. It's a little weird. In a good and a bad way, they kind of went back to step 1 again. So it's almost like a new anime again, but also it's like they haven't progressed. So I'm a little. It's a little like, is that good? Is that bad? I'm just mentioning it. It's not my favorite in that sense, but also pretty good, right? Anyway, let's go over to Wednesday, the new anime. So, Kanata, Lost in Space. This is a new anime that I don't think so many people mentioned, and it's a big yay for me. I actually really like this anime. I really like it. Like, this is actually, of course, my favorite anime is on Wednesdays, and everyone in Force knows that Dumbbell is on Wednesday, so you have Dumbbells, right? My only guy Muscle is coming on Wednesday. So obviously, that is the best anime today. Commented last, yeah. Onigai Muscle, best anime. But, Kanata no Asta, Lost in Space, I actually really like the anime. And the other two, this is a big A for me. You have great characters. That's a classic characterization of red being the leader, blue being the brainy guy, black being the loner, purple being the quiet one. It's quite easy to understand the characterization, because each suit you see in the image here, each character's like color represents the personality, right? Very, very straight up. Like pink is, who are happy, orange is Genki, naive, and so on. So it's straight up there, but it's great friendship anime. It's an interesting world anime. They kind of go to different planets. So I think it's a great anime. I think it's a really good anime. It actually is. They had a 1 hour special in the beginning, kind of shows the world and so on. There's some traitor, of course. As I mentioned, it's a bit minor spoilers, right? There's some traitor on the boat or the ship, so you have to figure out who's the traitor. It's probably the most obvious guy, like the black. I think it's Luca. I think it's Lucas right there, but I think it's Luke. He's the traitor to me. But now, yeah, I think it's a great anime. Absolutely recommend it. This anime has been surprisingly good so far. But now then, we're gonna go to the Isekai animes on Isekai. Isekai Wednesday. It's a lot of Isekai. So many Isekais. Where's my crying aqua gift? It's so many Isekais. So on Mondays I mentioned Arifureta, biggest Nei this season. They have Isekai Shit Magician on Wednesday, and also Mahou Samurai coming after this, right? And on Friday we have like Okasa Online, best Isekai. That's massive yes. But still, yeah. So first of all, Shit Magician. Next Isekai. I would say this is the Isekai that is most streamlined. Okay, this is the Isekai that is most generic. This is the Kenya no Magoa post of this season, where you feel like, I've been here, I understand what's happening, I kinda yay it, yeah. So I would say this anime, I'm gonna give it like a minor yay. I think it's pretty good. I like the male character, I like the female male character, the friendship. There's some cute harem girls. They're doing, like, compare this to Arifureta, this is doing everything Arifureta didn't do. Like, they're showing us how they summoned, they're showing us how they're learning the rules, the guilds, they're showing us like step by step guidance, right, to how the game world works. So it's very, very streamlined, easy to follow. It's very like, cut there, you can eat it, you can be like, yeah, it's pretty good. So I like it. It's not the best anime, but it's like, yeah, it's just pretty good. How would I say it? It's hard to say exactly what it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be the best anime in season, but I think it's an anime where you can watch the anime, Shit Magician, and you feel like, it's pretty good. Yeah, like it's kind of like a, like a 7. It's like a safe bet, I feel. So it's not the biggest yay, but it's a yay for me, and because I don't think it's gonna go wrong. I think it's gonna be a pretty decent, entertaining anime. So now then, let me find some really, really good image here of Mahou-sama, and of course, I think I have someone up here. Yeah, Blonde Rem, there we go. Where's my Blonde Rem? Yeah, where is my Blonde Rem? That's important. It looks exactly like Rem, and the other character looks exactly like the other character. It is clearly Emilia as well. No, but it is kind of silly. So here's a good Blonde Rem image. So in Mahou-sama Retry, another Isekai, it is Blonde Rem. It is so Blonde Rem, so I can pick up my Rem here and finally get my Rem out here. Finally, every situation to get a Rem in there. But yeah, so it is clearly Blonde Rem. We all see it's clearly Blonde Rem. It's like a Blonde Ram, maybe, arguably, because I love that comment they had 2 weeks ago. Someone was like, her breasts are smaller, so it's more Ram. I was like, It's true. Her breasts are smaller. It's like, great point there, sir. Man of culture, I see. No, but like, yeah, so it is blonde Ram, right? It is... What's the difference? She's like, she can kinda not walk, but she can actually walk. It's not that fast. So anyway, Maho-sama Ritra, it is the classic, right? The classic overpowered main character getting into an isekai world. He's the devil, which they always are the freaking devil. I don't understand why they can never be, I'm the angel lord, I am the whatever, I am this thing. They're always Maho-sama. If you hear the title with Maho-sama, right, demon lord, you know it's gonna be an isekai. Even like Maho-sama is a part-time worker, he's isekai to us, right? Still isekai. That's a great anime, that's a really good anime. But yeah, Maho-sama, of course, is overpowered, he beats everyone, and it's just kinda there, right? It's just kinda there. This is probably an anime I feel I'm very indifferent on, honestly. I feel it's like a weak nay, honestly, in my opinion. Let me explain why. I don't think it's a bad anime, I think it's just not as good as other animes. And the anime I'm comparing it to the most is How to Not Summon a Demon Lord, right? With Diablo, also of course, Maho-sama, the Demon Lord. And the thing is that they're very, very similar, right? Someone accidentally summons a Demon Lord, he's super strong, he's the highest level guy with the rings and blah blah blah, and fight him and so on. And he picks up a harem girl, she likes him, he picks up another harem girl, she kinda likes him, he goes out, he beats up people, right? It starts explodes and so on. But the thing is that when Maho-sama did stuff, when Diablo does stuff, when Diablo did stuff last year, Diablo, when he won last year, because that was winter last year, he freaking one-punch stuff, right? He like blew up the castle, he exploded the country, like when he won with OP powers, he won with OP powers! The world freaking exploded, right, when he fought. And when Maho-sama does it, it is the same thing. Okay? But it's just way, way, way less explosion, right? It's less Megumi. It's just like, he beats them, it's a pretty bad animation style, it's not really explosive, not very glittery, it's very sparkly, just kinda like, yeah, I beat them. And it's like, pew, pew, and then it's over, right? Where in Diablo's case, it'd be like, oh, I beat them, and the whole thing freaking explode, right? He feels so much more overpowered, and it looks so much better. Otherwise, I think they're incredibly similar. In the setting, in the characters, in the harem, and so on, right? So, in my sense, this is an isekai, and obviously also somewhat similar to like Slime, right? But Slime is also way more funny. Slime as the main character is much better than either of them. I think Slime is much better than either of them, much better. Much more interesting male character, more funny main character, also funnier girls. So, I think this is probably what I feel the most like. It's very, very middle for me. And I think it really doesn't help that it feels like it's the same isekai again, right? But just way less interesting art and budget or whatever, direction with explosives and so on. It just feels like lackluster. And the last part I would say is that it's the same thing when it comes to the sexy oppai stuff, right? Because as again, it has almost the exact same ending as How to Summon a Demon Lord. In the last episode, he gets into bed with both the first two harem girls, right? They're both like, let's sleep together. And he's like, I guess, yeah, because, you know, we might have sex with them. Yeah. So we get that scene, right? But we're in Diablo's case, he's like, oh my god, I have an elf girl with like freaking huge oppai, and she's half naked, and it's like oppai flashing in my face, and he's like surrounded by oppais. It's like, oh god damn it, I can't breathe. So are oppai, right? It's kind of like that. In this case instead, he gets like blonde Rem and pink haired Emilia, and they look okay. They're not ugly, but I mean, it's like, it's just less sexual. It's just less of that fan service as well. So I feel like, why am I watching this thing for? It feels like a less explosive, less sexy version of How to Not Summon a Demon Lord. A long explanation, but that's how I feel. That's how I feel, honestly. I think it's interesting though, because in my opinion, they're very, very similar. But it's just everything in this anime is just less of the same thing, right? That being said, though, of course, now it's time, right, for the best anime. Gonna flex my muscle. Oh! And hello, Mr. Ken, you're going to the best anime, the biggest yay, freaking biggest yay. Obviously, I was like, this is gonna be the best ever. Of course, I was kind of biased because I knew I freaking knew it's gonna be a good anime. I kept saying it's gonna be a good anime before. I kept saying Dumbbell was gonna be the best anime last year, or not last month, last season. So this of course then is Dumbbell, right? How much can you lift? Which is an anime about Hibiki, the cutest gal, chic guy, or sexy guy, right? Goes to the gym, right? And she trains, and then we have her friend, Ayana with the massive abs, and the other friend, of course, played by Aqua, the crazy abs girl, and then the fourth girl has appeared, which I guess is Russian, whatever. So, man, this is a super funny anime, super sexy, easily the sexiest character this season. If you like fan service, this is obviously the best anime, in my correct opinion. This is clearly the abs, the muscle, right, the man of a culture anime. But it also has really good jokes. I mean, I am laughing. I am like, watch this anime, and I'm like, muscle, yeah, all the time. I'm like, Andy, Frankie, muscle. I get that feed all the time, right? It's super funny. But at the same time, just not being into the muscles and the training and the sex, there also are. It's really funny. Like, I am genuinely laughing all the time with this anime. Hibiki's thing, the whole, I can't do that, the whole thing, and kind of how they like weirdly, it's like educational etchiness, which is like, look at that girl, she's a sprinter, look at her legs, muscular, they does that. Look at those good arms, she does judo, I can see this thing here. She's like, oh yeah, and they zoom in and they make some jokes about it. It is hilarious, and it makes the fan service work out really well. Reminds me of Kedjo in a way. I love Kedjo. I love Kedjo. Kedjo was so fun. I think Kedjo was the fun anime I've ever seen in my life. I think it's a spot-on anime. It's even somewhat educational, for real educational, where you actually like, yeah, you know what? I should do it like that. And they're also motivated to train. You're like, after I've seen the anime, before I've seen the anime, I have to go to the gym, right? I have to go and exercise and so on. Do some squats, some push-ups. It is an amazing anime. I really give it a yay. The only thing I would say, to not be so biased, of course, it's not an anime that you watch and you're like, this changed my life forever. Maybe it's not the gym, I guess because of the gym. But I mean, it's not an anime where you feel like, I have changed my opinion about life. Or maybe you get into Gyro Gals, that could be it. But you know, so, man, I love this anime. But obviously I'm biased, everyone knows I love this anime. It's the biggest yay this season. Best anime of Wednesday, best anime this year, best anime this season. And the opening. I'm probably gonna do an opening discussion maybe next week or maybe on Sunday and so. Maybe on the channel for that matter. But, I mean, definitely. Onegai Muscle 2. That is the best opening this season. The opening of Dumbbell. Onegai Muscle. Peng Press. Yeah, it's the best opening ever. It is an amazing opening. Of course, from the same person that did the USA Maid's ending. And they are both absurdly addicted. If you see the parody of the live action opening, it ends with her going over to the side of this thing and seeing a maid, like a commercial to work as a maid. So they're connecting like the two, the opening and ending, like they're in the same universe. I love that joke. It's like, wait a minute, the maid thing here. So they even like have the hint there. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's an amazing anime. Couldn't be a bigger yay. It is just so good. Okay. So now we go to Thursdays, and I have to say that I really loved that if you look at the thumbnail, I was like, this is the perfect sun. This is the perfect sun. I am really happy with my with my thumbnail there, and I was like, I'm gonna put Latina as the sun. I have to say, I give myself some backtrack, but I was like, that is genius. Latina is the sun. It's obviously a yay anime. Everyone keeps saying it's gonna suck after apparently Light Novel 5 or something, or Census, I don't know. But so far, this anime is really cute, it's amazing, precious. So of course then it's called, like the longest name ever. So it's like, if it is for my daughter, I would even kill the Demon Lord, right? That's the continuous name, right? So, this is an anime, which is a big yay for me. It is about Dale, which is done by, what's name? The guys at Bakugo and Zack and so on. So he's playing the most non-aggressive guy ever, Dale. So it's very weird to hear his voice being so friendly and nice and be like, La Latina, I love you. Where you're like, I wait for it to be exploding. But yeah, it's a very nice anime about Dale finding this young little girl, clearly a demon girl, but whatever. And it's by my points, clearly the daughter of the demon lord, right? But whatever. He finds her. She can't speak Japanese. Takes her home to his like tavern. and raises her, and it's super cute. It's super like wholesome anime. Last episode, everyone is like, "Oh, she's gone," and then all the patrons are like, "Let's help finding her," and they're all so nice together. It's a super nice anime. It is a super nice anime. This is a big yay. Again, I can't really say how cute. It's almost hard to explain it. It's just like so damn. It's so damn cute. Yeah, it's like, how would you even explain the anime? It's almost kind of hard because it is so cute. And it's like, they are all just super happy together and working together to find her, and it's almost hard to explain it. It's just very, very precious. It's very cute. I compare it a little bit to Hinamatsuru. I keep doing that because Hinamatsuru is that, how do I say it, like the cute girl, cute daughter anime, like raising a daughter anime. In my opinion, it's the best raising daughter anime. But that being said, though, and I really mean that, though, that being said, how to say it, that being said, Hinamatsuru is like a masterpiece. That is like a massive yay. Hinamatsuru, right, one of the best anime last year. I don't think that anime, even compared to Hinamatsuru, is so much better. So I want to say that. Hinamatsuru is a freaking amazing anime. But anyway, now then, talking about Mashikado Masaku. Yeah, so that's an anime which is about, how would I say this? How would I explain the anime? I feel it's a yay anime, not a strong, it's like a weak yay. It's the comedy anime is about a little demon girl that is incredibly useless. She's the most pathetic and poorest demon girl ever. She has to defeat the powerful magic girl that saved the Earth apparently 6 years ago, and she has no chance. She's super useless, and she's always like, "Oh, I can't punch her. She has nothing, and it's with me." And you just answer the magic girl saving her instead because she's so weak and so on. But so I mean, the comedy is kind of like you're following the misfortunes, right? Yeah, it's that kind of anime where you're following someone that is just really, really bad at everything. Not just being bad, but also like bad luck, right? She falls down, she hurts herself, she drops her ancestor demon thing, and she's like, "Oh no, and she trips, and she's like living poor because her family's, the demons are like poor and so on." So the comedy, I would honestly say that the comedy might not fit everyone, honestly. Because I can see some people being like, "This is just pretty sad, like this girl has a sad life," yeah. It's quite sad, actually. We look at it from like a macro perspective, right? It's quite sad, actually, because it is about a main character that has a horrible life, right? But if you can laugh at that, if you can laugh at her misfortunes and be like, she fall down, it's kind of like that, honestly, I think about it. But I think it's a pretty good anime. It's not the strongest anime, but I think it's pretty funny. But it definitely has that like angst kind of comedy over it. Are we following someone that's kind of cringy? It's not critic Watamote, but it clearly has that going for it. And I mean, it's somewhat like Watamote a little bit. Loser girl that, I guess she has friends, and her best friend, if you would call her best friend, keeps bullying her too. Her best friend's horrible, yeah. Her best friend is horrible. Like, she is freaking horrible. Oh, whatever, I can't find a good image given. I couldn't find a good image. Let's go for the given like this. So, Given, it is an anime about pretty boy bands. And I'm honestly giving it a weak nay. Some people come like dislike that. I know it's so popular, it's cute boy, Sean and I. It's not the worst anime I've seen in my life, absolutely not. It's not a Ferrata. But I think it's a weak nay because it's pretty ugly. Okay? It's not the sparkling, shoujo animes I like to see, but I feel like it's pretty, like, the art background, okay, the background, like, look at my cool background here. The background, it is really boring, in my opinion. It's just still not really animated images, right? It's quite boring. The animation of the characters is really bad sometimes, like the hands. There's one scene where the one hand is like 3 times bigger than my hand right now, but his body is the same size. Suddenly his hand's like massively sized. It looks really weird. Some faces are kind of weird. So I think, for me at least, in my opinion, maybe I'm too superficial, but to have a boy love anime, right, about cute, sexy boys, right, doing stuff to each other, working it up. But you know what I mean? It's a romance anime, right, about boy love, and they all look pretty bad. That's my honest opinion. I think like the production, value, quality, whatever, budget, I suppose, is just not that strong. And that really doesn't help for a romance anime, right? Especially with like Pretty Boy, Bishonen boys. Of course, in some scenes they do look pretty good. In some scenes they have his kind of like, summery, and looks kind of shiny. But in most scenes, they look pretty dull to me. That's my honest opinion. They look pretty boring. They have, again, as I mentioned, so many issues there. So that's my biggest reason why giving it a weak nay, because it's not that really pulling me in, right? Where you have that weak kind of. I mean, it's a visual anime, right? I know it's a little bit like, it's a little shallow to be like, oh, you're all so ugly. But I mean, it's a freaking romance, Pretty Boy anime, right? It's a boy, it's supposed to be cute and hot. I wanna be like, I wanna smash that. That's how I should feel like. It's how I should feel. But instead it's like, I guess it's okay, right? I guess it's okay. That is my honest opinion. I feel like sitting there, I like it. I think it's pretty good storytelling, but I'm just so bored by how they look and so on. I'm just like, that could have been way better. It's almost kind of disappointing in a lot of ways, in my opinion, just because you do really expect it to be much more visualized. Yeah. Well, anyway, now then, Friday. Okay, 5th day of the week, Friday. So obviously Friday anime is just a massive yay. It's a freaking massive freaking yay that you almost feel sick about it. So Friday has so many good animes that, for example, having an anime channel, you're like, I wanna kill myself almost, because Friday is just too much. Friday has the most animes I've seen in years. I haven't had my channel for that long a period, I suppose, but Friday usually has the most animes, and they have like 4 to 5 good animes per Friday. So I had, I think it was last year, I did like 5 reactions on one Friday. It's like Happy Sugar Life, yeah, it was last summer, Happy Sugar Life, Grand Blues, a lot of animes, 5 in a row there. That felt pretty hefty, hot in the summer and so on. It was like the hottest summer actually ever where I live. So that I remembered it. But this summer, it is colder outside, but this summer has like 7, 8 good animes and like 4 or 5 amazing animes. So it's like, oh my god. So obviously Friday is a freaking yay day. Less talking about it, but yeah, Friday it is crazy. Okay, so first of all then, Wasteful Days of High School Girls. I have to say this though, I thought about this anime a lot, okay? And I actually kind of want to give it a little nay or a little yay. So it's very different for me, honestly, because I love this anime. I kind of like it. Okay, so I kind of like it. It's not a bad anime. But I have seen tremendously many slice of life schoolgirl animes, right? I probably started with Azumanga Daioh, probably, back in the days. That could be my first one. If you count like pure schoolgirl animes. Maybe that, and then we had Scott Like a Star and so on, but that was better than that, yeah. And etc. And Nishio, I don't know, I kind of like a Star more than Nishio, but it's probably my favorite, Nishio Like a Star. And I've seen so many. School Rumble, actually, I love School Rumble. God, I love School Rumble. That anime is freaking amazing. Damn, Harry, oh god, that is, maybe School Rumble is favorite. But my point is, I like these animes, okay? I like this genre. I like the setting here, and on Friday we also have Outer Battle, right? Another schoolgirl anime on the same day. And when I compare these two, side by side, Outer Battle is a freaking massive yes for me. Outer Battle is a freaking amazing anime. I love Outer Battle. Oh my god, this anime is super funny. This anime to me, I don't even think it's half as good as Outer Battle. And I'm being honest. I don't think it's half as good. I think this anime is entertaining. But comparing it to Arabara, I think it's like, it's pretty mediocre. And comparing it to, as I mentioned, Nishio, which reminds me of Nishio, comparing it to School Rumble, which also reminds me a little bit of, I'm just like, it's pretty there, yeah. So I think, honestly, I have seen probably like 30 other schoolgirl animes at least, probably even more, just of this genre. And I think this is actually one of the weaker ones. I'm still enjoying it, okay? I'm still enjoying this anime, but if you haven't seen, as a match have said, like I saw Azumanga Daioh, School Rumble and so on, if you haven't seen the anime, see them before you see this anime. That's my honest opinion. I don't think it's stronger than any of those animes, in my own opinion. Not so far. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I like this girl. It's my favorite girl. She has the, I'm an 8-year-old syndrome thing. Shinyaba, she believes she's like a wizard. So this is the best girl, clearly. Bucket's good too. But I think that it's just kind of like down. Actually, one, I forgot of course. Asobu Asubase. My god, the anime was the best last year also, in my opinion. Much better than this anime. And again though, not that this anime is particularly bad, there is already so many other school, this kind of like school animes that I think are better. So I feel honestly it's like a very weak yay, or maybe even a little nay, because there are so many other animes to watch. And even on the same day, there is one anime, in my opinion, that is so much better. That's Arubaro again, with the same genre. So much better. Which makes this anime a little bit like... yeah, I don't know. It is obviously a weak name for me. And then because I want to do Arubaro, let's do Arubaro right now then, because I think I do it last, but... I'm going like... order of... Usually, on this thing here, we're going like order by release time. But let's do Arubaro right now then, because it will fit better in my I fit in the discussion here. So Arubaro, how would I explain it without getting demonetized? That's the problem, right? That's the problem of Arubaro. Yeah, you get demonetized all the time. Arubaro is like, it is an anime about cute girls in a school learning about what it is to be a woman, and they are like trying to figure out stuff, and it's a lot of that, in my opinion, like American Pie, kind of that late 90s, early 2000s teenage movies where you like accidentally record yourself doing stuff, or it's like that jokes on it. I think the characters are so funny, the interaction is funny, and it also, I feel, quite romantic. Okay, I actually really like President's, or spoilers for that, spoilers. President's boyfriend, okay, so to speak, because they all have one love interest each right so far. And the President Club, that president, her kind of cute classmate that always comes from the defense her honor. So I was like, I mean, she's getting bullied so well. He also comes like, you look pretty cute today. She's like, oh, what do you say? I mean, I'm not flirting with you, but I mean, I just said you're more. I love that guy. It's a freaking romance guy. I'm like, man, that guy is good. So it has that really good comedy, as a sick, surprise, weird comedy, and so on. But also has the romance. I think it's one of the better romance stories this season too, in my opinion. Maybe even the best romance animes this season. Except Fruit Basket though, because I love Fruit Basket, but that's last season anime. But also, of course, a big yay. Fruit Basket is amazing. So yeah, I absolutely massive yay for Arubaro. Very good anime. Fantastic anime, really. And I mean, that's a reason why the other one is get a little nader, yeah, because you compare the two, like, man, this is so much better. It has everything: comedy, craziness, unexpectedness, unpredictableness, romance too, and I also think better characters. And the characters have character developing and so on. It's a really good anime. Anyway, shonen time. Dr. Stone, yes, a great anime. Obviously, the second or most hyped anime season, right? It's clearly a yay, of course. Obviously, I like shonen anime, so obviously I'm biased. But I feel not too much time here. But Dr. Stone is about an anime where they get petrified, right? They become stones, and then they pass 3,700 years right into the future. Now the world has been overgrown, and yeah, Dr. Stone and Senku is free, and his muscle friend and his enemy, which is clearly his enemy, and they're trying now to rebuild Earth, right, or rebuild civilization. So I like it from so many aspects. As an engineer, right, my basic thing is I'm a STEM guy. I do engineering. I actually might even work with Minecraft. So yeah, fingers crossed, right? I can do like even more studying in real life. So I like it in that aspect. I love chemistry. I love physics and so on. I used to work as a hat teacher for a while, so I like all that stuff. It's really training, it's really good. And on the same time, right, you do have that with the whole house. I really like. It's a big day for me. Is an intelligent main character, and I mean intelligent as actually intelligent, and not like, oh, I can build machines, but I can't actually, like, yeah. But there's so many, not just animes, but especially I think in Hollywood TV shows and like US TV shows, Hollywood movies and so on. Most stuff, right? It is very, very focused on having stuff where if a character is supposed to be intelligent, they can't do anything else. That is especially very true for American shows. So you have a character like, I have 10 PhDs. And then someone like, can you cook an egg? No, I can't. And they have like no knowledge about like normal stuff. So, and that's so stupid because if a guy can be like a rocket launcher or can be like a space machine, he can probably cook a freaking egg or like, because it's pretty simple. You take this thing, put on the heater, and you wait this many minutes or this many, depending on the heat and so on. It's pretty like simple math and physics, right? To boil or cook or whatever, like that kind of stuff, right? And obviously anyone that can build a spacecraft can also figure out how to do that if they want to, right? But then you have so many of those TV shows, like Big Bang Theory and so on, where the character has to be a complete moron and everything else. Like Sheldon, I like Sheldon, but at the same time he's like, oh, I can't do this, I can't do, yeah. He's completely uses everything else except his master expertise. And reality is the reverse, okay? I'm a smart guy, so I don't know, but like, in reality, and I mean, I'm a smart guy, and I know a lot of smart people, right? And I went to the university, and I met a lot of doctors and scientists that had, PhDs, and they were famous mathematicians and so on. Those guys are also pretty competent in most other stuff. The only thing they might lack in, which is kind of true the certain time, is like social skills, right? Because they usually are these nerds and they have money. They don't care about that. That's pretty true, but not in the same way though. And that, I mean, I like with Sheldon because he doesn't really care about it so much, which is kind of is a true thing usually. But the thing is that, like for example, I had this famous French professor that was like the master of code language in modern code, Enigma stuff and so on. Right? He taught me finite arithmetic languages. He was like, the best in Europe, maybe best in the world on that. And that guy also had, you talk to him and he can speak like, 10 plus languages, right? He speaks like, French, English, and everything else, pretty much European languages, and he speaks this stuff, he speaks incredibly fast, and he's very, very witty, that's the experience I have from meeting professors, right? Usually very, very intelligent. That's why they are a professor, usually. They might be kind of a little weird and straight. Yeah, maybe not all of them, but some of them. So that might be the true. But they usually are very good at other stuff too. So when it comes to like driving, so he's like, I drive this path. I've calculated the perfect path to get to school with this pathway and this faster way. And I was like, yeah, that's how they live, right? That's how I live too, shortest path and so on, yeah. So I hate it when you have a supposed intelligent character, but they can't do like, common sense stuff, right? Because that is stupid. And a very intelligent character is very, very likely to be better at doing common sense stuff than the commoners are intelligent. That's the honest truth, right? That is absolutely how it is in reality. Someone that's a master of field A is probably has it easier to learn also field B than someone that couldn't master field A and are like a master of B. They just have a random guy. They probably are also going to be worse than B. That is how in reality, because they have discipline and so on, talent, working hard, ethics, all of the good stuff, right? So my long point here is that I give a massive yay to Dr. Stone, because when we see Senku, spoilers, episode 2, but when we see Senku, he releases the big bad evil guy, clearly the bad guy of the anime, of the current arc list, and he's like, man, that guy is too strong. He's gonna betray me. Like, immediately, Senku isn't like, a strong guy, how good, la 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 la. He's like, no, that guy is clearly evil. He will be, Immediately, he's an intelligent, common sense guy, right, that knows people work. And after that, he makes the kind of his 4 or 5 more, we can use the calcium for, and it's like, this is the 3 ways you can use it for, and not mentioning kind of the weaponry chemist part of it. We can use it as a weapon, right? So you can clearly see like planning to fight him in this episode. I'm like, oh man, this is good. A main character that's intelligent, that can build crazy stuff, but it's also intelligent in the sense that he actually is not trusting the random bad guy. He's preparing for a betrayal. He's a main character in a shonen anime that is not actually very shonen. He's not naive at all. He's no Luffy. He's no yeah. He is no Goku. He's not very naive. He's not Ichigo. He's up here. Yeah. He's no. He's nothing like that. You can see his feet there. it's not that kind of shonen main character that is very naive and trusty. It's more like they are all evil. I have to betray. I will have to fight them. Yeah. So I love that. Okay, that's actually the biggest thing I did. We have a main character that is good at building stuff and actually not being betrayed so easily. So anyway, the Stone, I like it a lot. I probably, after of course, Okasa Online is my favorite on Fridays. And I also like Arbatura. Anyway, let's go to Fire Shonen anime. What can I say, right? And yeah, Fire Force, Fire Squad, great anime. I don't think it's as good as the Stone. If you have to pick, it's almost a yay for me. Yay, of course. But if you have to pick one of them, if I only can see one of them, I would pick the Stone. Okay, that's one's opinion. I think the Stone is better. I don't think this anime is bad. I think the anime is great. But I'm just saying, compared to, I think it's better. But they're both shonen, airing almost at the same time, and they're both really good. So Fire, it's very, very shonen. Okay, it's very freaking shonen. Okay, so I do love that. This is the most shonen anime this year by far. We have like Promised Neverland, not very shonen actually. The Stone, yeah, and so on, right? This is much, much more shonen. Black Clover was very shonen though. Very interesting, but from the new anime, very, very shonen, right? They have like the opening, it explodes, everything is flying, people are fighting mid-air, it's fire, and it's flying and machine guns, and yeah, it's very shonen. They have the fights a lot, the fight, yeah, and it's like cute girls, there's a lot of fan service for no reason, like, you know, girls taking a shower, big pies and seeds. This is all of this. It's very, very shonen. Okay, very shonen. Very good anime. If you like shonen anime, if you like you know, Bleach, if you like Naruto, if you like One Piece and so on, right, you're obviously gonna like this anime. No question down. If you like Soul Eater, it's the same author. I watch Soul Eater. I like Soul Eater. That's anime. So. Is it unique though? I think one thing that honestly is kind of true here. The anime isn't like super unique. I like the voice. It's Asta doing the main character. It's Zoro doing the captain. So I like the voice acting. I like the art of it. I like everything in it honestly. But it's very, very like, oh, I've seen this before. So in that sense, it's not the best anime, right? It's like I've seen everything happening in this anime before. That's the honest truth, right? I'm just like, yeah, I mean. I've been there, done that. That's the biggest point of it. There's nothing that feels really spectacular with it so far. It's just that everything that it's doing right now is solid, right? Very, very solid Fire, I feel. I feel everything that it's doing currently to me is like, this is really good shonen, yeah. Good shonen. But it's doing everything I've seen before. Tragic backstory, evil demon guy. There was the revenge against him or something like that. Other evil demon guy doing something. Fire element demon guy doing something on the secret there. Captain with like a, you know, a loyal senpai captain. It's like, I will teach you both how to be good boys. Rival friend, right? Sexy senpai girl. Sexy same age kind of senpai girl. You know, new girl. Yeah, it is very, very shonen and he's doing it all very, very good. So it's big A for me. But it's also is very much like, oh, I've seen everything here before. So I'm really enjoying it. I'm enjoying it a lot, actually. But it's not... And yeah, but I mean, it's very much like a comfort food. I know exactly what I will get here. I will eat this thing, I will enjoy eating it, and I will keep eating it until I die. Very likely. But it's not like the, you know... So far, it's not like anything unique in it. So far, it's not anything that I would say, yes, this is what I'm waiting for. But I mean, it's pretty good. Something like that. It's almost kind of hard to explain in that sense, because you do, in my opinion, you do really feel like, well, I've seen everything here before. It's that tragic backstory, it's this thing. I know what's going to happen, right? And they do it very well. So I think that is, you know, what they're accomplishing in a sense, right? I would say so. What more can you say about anime? I mean, it's a big yay thing. It is a big yay thing. Anyway, let's go on then to the isekai. So we have Danmansai. It's 2, of course, big yay, immediately right. And I mean, is Danmansai an isekai? I don't know. It kinda is, arguably, right? It's very game world, if you haven't seen it. Actually, no, I should talk about this thing because it's... I'm not talking about continuation animes. Oh yeah, sorry, let's keep it then. No, but Damasha is back, I'm so happy, big yay. I loved season 1, it was 4 years ago, it feels a little less condition in the sense because it's been such a long in-between thing, right? Belle, Crane finally back, Ainz, Hestia, best goddess finally back, right? The plot is back, I love her introduction with Oppice. Very big yay, I liked it. Has that weird Apollo with the Netherare face, everything works fine there. Whatever, great anime, you know what I'm talking about. So let's skip this then because otherwise I'll be cheating. But it's a big yay. Okay, now then. Okazan Online, okay, that's a weird image. God damn it. Horrible image, that one was too big. What about this image? Whatever, it's capturing the important stuff. It's capturing Mama looking all like, huh. So Okazan Online. It's I love this anime. It's clearly best anime on Fridays. It is the greatest anime ever. No, but Okazan Online, it is a very good anime about a boy that gets isekai, the classic isekai thing, and today you have to be isekai into becoming a spider, or becoming like a soccer bus, or becoming like a vending machine, or becoming a slime. So he has his mother with him instead, right? And I like the comedy in so many ways. Obviously it's a very milfy, it's all the horror and stuff, and it's weird stuff in that sense. Of course it's very like etchy and very fanservice-y and very implying stuff in the opening and ending and so on. But the comedy is actually surprisingly good too, in my opinion, because the comedy here, which is a big A for me, is that she is that OP main character, right? She is the main character we usually see in like How to Summon Demon Lord, Rimaru and so on, Slime and yada 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 yada. And they're all overpowered and strong and Ken Yamago and so on, yeah. So we see the mother here, but we are still following the son, right? The son, he's the guy on the side, not really getting so much spotlight. He is our eyes, he's the protagonist. He's what like, I wanna fight this thing, Mama. He's gonna go after, right, fight the demon. And then Mama jumps in, beats the demon. He's like, but I wanna fight, Mom. She's like, it's too dangerous for you, honey. Yeah, so she blocks him from the action, right? So it's horrible. He's not getting that isekai dream adventure because his mother keeps annoying him and keeps being in the way, mainly with being too strong, right? And she doesn't understand the rules of the game. She's just so OP, she wins anyway, and it annoys and frustrates him. He's doing like, not yet, but I guess he's gonna do the mid-max, but she's just gonna be better anyway. So it's really funny in that kind of weird comedy sense, which I really like with it. I think it's so good in that sense. It is hilarious. I think it's fantastic, really fantastic comedy. How he keeps trying. And next episode's gonna be interviewing the harem girls, and Mama is probably gonna block the harem action, right? Even if it's kind of why for you, honey? You're interesting, so on, right? So the comedy is freaking spot on. It's hilarious. This anime, I knew it was gonna be good because I liked the premise, the concept. It's unique, it's different. But when I watched it, I'm laughing all the time. Okay, I'm laughing constantly. It is a super hilarious anime. Absolutely biggest. It is probably my second favorite anime after Dumble. Yeah, Dumble of course is again the best thing. But this is probably number 2. Amazing big A. Very, very good anime. So anyway, let's go. Let's go to Saturdays. Only one anime, of course, the Viking anime. The biggest anime, yeah. Only one anime on Sundays, which is new, which I see at least. There probably some more Kodomo show, but we're ignoring those things. So they have of course Wano, I guess, One Piece Wano, almost counting as a big. You know what? Should we do Wano? Wano over the top. Wano arc. Okay, let's do Wano. Wano gets a special treatment here. My One Piece love. Okay, so I shit a bit here. But honestly, Wano is a massive yes, because Wano, of course, is the best animated general animated episode One Piece has had in like 10 years. Okay, Wano is like a new anime. Honestly, Wano One Piece is like the best One Piece ever had for so many years. Not necessarily the best story and so on, but the thing with Wano is that suddenly the normal filler action, Zoro beating Zoro, take up the katana, right, beating filler people, Zoro going in there, slashing them. It actually looks freaking real, okay? Zoro is like cutting down the filler, And it looks fantastic! It looks fantastic! I'm just like, Jesus Christ. It's like a new freaking anime. That's dirty. Got it. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Yes, so freaking Wano. Okay, so Wano is freaking a massive big up because it looks amazing, right? It's like Zoro again. He's beating filler and they're animating it, and it looks like better than any Zoro fight since the last like 3-4 arcs. Okay, even the boss battle for Zoro weren't as good animated as the freaking filler. Yes, Luffy's boss battle has been better animated, but like the day-to-day, so to speak, like the episode, the pause episode between the battle and so on, Zoro walking around and so on, it actually looks alive, okay? So seriously, Wano, freaking massive big, yeah, it is probably, it's a remarkable difference, and of course Toei can't fail because it's Japan, so they have to make it look good, right? We'll be very embarrassed, no, but no, it's not just the color scheme and so on, it looks so more animated, the budget is like 10 times higher than previously. The budget is like 10 times higher. It is a spectacular thing to see. So if you aren't up to date with One Piece, do it now, okay? Because Wano is freaking amazing. It's finally something good in One Piece. It's amazing good. Of course, the manga is always amazing, but the anime, of course, is a little bit bad. But now it's spectacular. And openings we are too and so. But yes, okay, Wano, fine. We talk Wano because Wano deserves that. Wano deserves a little more, right? A little more than, how I say it otherwise. Anyway, now over then to Vinland Saga. Yes, and my whole real walking react series, right? So, of course, I keep having my beard, my burns, right? My beard here, and like, I keep having this kind of look, right? And I keep doing this thing, right? With my beard and so on, so I can be all like Viking, right? Yeah, so I can be all like, yeah, Viking, look. Yes. No, but seriously, this is a very good anime so far. Some Big A, of course, finally an anime about Vikings, right? Some Scandinavia, some Danish, right? Some dansk, svenska, and so on, right? He actually got from Iceland though, but still though, yeah, it's a really good anime. Of course, the quality is amazing. It's from Wit Studios, One Attack on Titan, right? So you know it's gonna be good. It is extremely well animated. The fights are amazing. We haven't seen the fights yet, but it looks very, very good. They're very, very bloody. It's completely, seinen. The people are dying on all the sides. It is a fantastic anime so far. Very got 3 episodes. I'll say only one thing though is that these 3 episodes so far has been kind of the preload, kind of like the backstory of the main character's father, more than him himself. So we haven't really seen the main character. Thorfinn, getting into action. Is following Thor. His name is just Thor, right? His father. And yeah, Thor's Sverre, right? No, Snorreson. Yeah, his father was Thor Snorreson. Yeah, typical Swedish name. Yeah, Thor. And I was saying the thing like myself. I was like, on English, you keep saying Thor, right? Thor, like the Mjolnir, Thor. But actually, it's not Thor. Yes, Thor, and his last name is Snorre, yeah, which is a typical Swedish last name. Back in the days, yeah, Snorreson, also like Ladding, so on. Yeah, Snorreson, like we had King Snorre, King Sture, so on as well. Back in like 11th and 12th century and so on, quite common names, Snorre and Sture and so on. And of course, a typical Sven, the name is Sven, right? Yeah. I knew a Sven, especially as a last name. Svensson is very, very common. Larsson, Johansson is probably I think the biggest. Yeah, so son of Johan and Johansson is probably the biggest last name. Of course, I have a little cooler last name than that. So yeah, I won't dox, but my last name is a little more warrior-like. Yeah, actually, my real last name is my born last name is like means like valiant or like bravery in Swedish. So side note, yeah, yeah, it's like an old warrior name, but whatever. It's a very good anime. I like the whole premise. I like the whole life as a Viking king. Of course, when I watch it, I'm like, oh yeah, this thing is it is all real to me. It's all like dirty and have to be up stuff, and it's like hard work. And I like the culture. I was like, yeah, wartime, let's go and kill. I like everything with it. That is really good. It's really, really good. Probably one of the best anime potentially one of the best anime this season. Obviously, again, a big yay. But I think that the biggest thing this anime is lacking right now is seeing actually Thorfinn as an adult, right? Because right now it's his father instead. That doesn't really tell us how he's gonna be later on in like a few. I assume we're gonna get into, of course, the main character as older in a few episodes from now, maybe next episode. But still, though, I haven't seen that yet, so that'll be my only concern. I'm not concerned, but like I mean, the more we get there. Right now, it's just the backstory, right? Yeah, a long backstory, which I don't mind. I'm just saying. So that's the only thing I'm wondering about right now. So anyway, Sunday anime. Okay, Sunday anime. It is we have Bem. Oh yeah, I forgot Granbel. Okay, let's do that one later. I'm so mean. It's so much on Friday. We can do that one. And so okay, damn it. That's a good comment. I forgot it. So I'm blaming it so much on Fridays. So much on Fridays. Yeah, it's just Friday anime. It's just. That's an ugly image. I'm having a Granbel image already. There we go. Okay, so Granbel. Sorry, I forgot it. Friday. Friday anime. Granbel, right? I hope for it. It's Isekai Battle Royale Magical Girls Fighting Anime? Something like that. Original anime. I think it's pretty okay. But I think it's like a weak nay for me. Like in the middle there because... Okay, so honestly... I didn't like the mechas. Okay, so they have magical mechas, and they're the chibi mechas, right? They kind of have the bodies shranked, and they fight like this, right? I think they all look super weird. I don't like the mecha style. A lot of people like it, a lot of people are gonna hate me saying that, but I don't think it's good at all. I think it is weird. It doesn't look cute, sexy to me. It's kind of shabby to me. I don't like it. I didn't think it was very good. And I mean, the characters is pretty generic. It's different cute girls fighting each other, not much story and backstory, pretty weak. It's like a weird magical battle royale anime where you just kind of fight each other in this parallel universe to Earth, but this kind of Earth. It's just kind of, and then the powers are based on like them wishing. Yeah, I think it's an okay anime. Honestly, it's okay anime, and I have to admit that it's just so much of a Friday animes that I'm just like I don't have the time for these mediocre animes. For it's like freaking. There's a Stone, Fire Force, Okasa. There's so many good animes. I'm just like, this anime for the best. Yeah, I was like, whatever. Honestly, this anime, I'm just like, it's decent. I will honestly watch it myself. Very likely when it's finished, I'll probably binge the whole anime. I'll probably go down and see the whole anime. I think it's pretty okay. So it's like a week yay probably for me, honestly. But for a weekly show and so on, I think it's not even close to the Friday animes. That's my own opinion about it. It's just kind of... I mean, I forgot about it, right? Honestly. I'm like, I threw it away in my back head here. Because it's just kind of like... it's that anime. It's kind of like that extra anime that I don't have time to watch because there's so many other good animes. Honestly, yeah. That's how it is, right? So anyway, coming to the last day of the week. I did skip Nobunaga. And it's true I skipped Nobunaga, but... how I say, Koshiki Machaga Nobunaga on Mondays is yet another Oda Nobunaga show. And I feel like this is the 55th Oda Nobunaga show I have seen in my life, basically. And also Trials haven't started yet, but Trials haven't started yet. And then it's started, it's in 3 years or so on. But, like, what can I say, right? I mean, it's like... been there, done that, I feel, for those other animes, I suppose. It's probably the honest opinion. But let's go over to, what's it called? Naka no Hito Yonomi, Inside the Game, live streaming, right? Inside the Game, live streaming, okay. So, I kind of like anime. I think it's a yay for me, not the strongest yay, but I feel it's a yay. It's very confused, not confusing, but it's a weird anime. Would it have like Panda underwater now? So basically, it's an anime about character, professional gamers, like pro streamer gamers and so on. One genre each, stuck inside this kind of horror game, kind of stuck to play a game or the die thing. And of course, one of them is like the master of visual novels, one is the master of horror games, one is a nurture master, and one is like fighting game master, stealth master, and so on, a historical game master. So they're all good different stuff, and they have to play these weird games with each other, right? to get views, or else they will be like killed or stuck in some kind of horror room of white space, like emptiness, and they will go crazy probably. So someone probably eventually. It's a yandere girl, I like that. So it's pretty interesting anime. They get some views for some other stuff, like some ecchi stuff. So they have some meta stuff there and so on. It's a very weird thing, and depending on the game they play per episode, it can be either be a horror game or a cutesy like dating game. So the actual game they play kind of really changing the episodes thematically. So, you know, I mean, again, horror game, super burning ghost, and it's like freaking, you know, scary episode, right? Next episode is like, oh, it's a cute, cuddly friendship thing. Yeah, so that's interesting. I like that. It goes very, very shifty depending on what game they are stuck inside, kind of, right? So it's kind of feels they're easily kind of into a new game each episode. That's supposed to be a good take on it, and that game then depends. That will change a lot how they not just behave, but how the world is for them. It's very big changing. So that's interesting as well. I think that's a good quality in my opinion. So I like it. I think it's a pretty good yay anime. Not the best anime, but you know, it's a yay anime. So last thing then, we gotta talk about BEM. I did also mention, maybe mention what my yeah. So BEM then, it's you know, it's like a traditional anime. If anime is not traditional, oh, that's the wrong button. Whoa, whoa. Ah, come on. Derp. Okay, let's think. What? Okay, I don't know what my doing there. Whatever. So BEM is last episode. Yeah, BEM. I call it super traditional. Okay, BEM is it follows all the tropes you can have, right? That being said, BEM is based on BEM, a very old anime that's been redone several times from the 50s, I think, 56, 7. So it's been done several times before, and that feels very in the anime because it's like, you know, cute police woman, new on the force, naive, flesh, justice. She sees demon guy fight demon monster, sees that there are supernatural things in the world, see his true self. He also saves her, so even though she kind of tries to kill him, she also kind of likes him because she's been saved by him. You know, she knows there are demons outside there. Demon boy tries to find, you know, love in a human. He wants to be a human. It's very, very, you know, tropey and traditional, right? It's very like, I don't know, Buffy or whatever, right? Yeah, oh, here's, you know, cute new blonde girl meets, you know, old vampire that's pretty nice and has a soul, right? It's that kind of storyline. Not really Twilight, more like Buffy, because she's a fighter as well. So yeah, you know, you kind of know what you get. You can see the puzzle bits. You kind of like you know what you're gonna get from this kind of anime. And you know she's obviously gonna fall in love with this guy with BEM, and they're gonna, you know, hang out, and he's gonna be more adapted to the world and so on. The other two characters are a little less friendly with humans, and they're gonna be a little different so on. One tries to be humans, so yeah. So they are fighting. And the demons then, these two characters, they are demons wanting to be humans, right? And then they are humans wanting to be monster demons that are using the professor. So it's also an evil professor and an older evil cabal lady that are both observing the fight episode like, ah, yes, both are in motion. So it's very, very traditional, very traditionalized. You have that thing, and I mean, yeah, so everything you can accept and assume is gonna be there, right? She's a naive first cop, she has like her advisor, teacher and stuff and so on. Yeah, it's very, very much episode 1 of any kind of like supernatural romance, horror, drama storyline. I've seen it 50 times before. I suppose it's based on the 50s of the anime, so it's 50-year-old storyline, and that really feels. And I say that as a good and as a bad. It's very traditionalized. You know what you get. You know what love story is. You know what you're gonna get, right? But at the same time, it's like, man, I have seen these things so many times before. So it's, you know, it has its strength and its weaknesses with that. It's just, you know what you get. I think that's fair to say. So anyway, that's BEM. I think give it like a weak yay, I would say. I think I kind of like it. I liked how brutal it was. I liked the animation. I actually, I mean, yeah, so everything. I think BEM is like a good version of traditional supernatural romance storytelling, right? So I feel like, yeah, I mean, I know what to get, and it's pretty well done. So yeah, that's the anime this season. I skipped over just a few, I guess. Not really any. I always skip over old animes and keep doing it. Otherwise, did we skip any animes? I skipped over the Columbus stuff, like Duel Masters and so on. And like the Fate stuff, because that also is a spin-off. Yeah, I guess you do have like Koshiki, yeah, Nobunaga. That's probably all of us skipped over. But as I mentioned earlier, though, I mean, it's this classic thing, right? To have a Nobunaga storyline, it's quite Bishonen, it's some love there. It's just like, it's the historical events of Nobunaga done in an anime for the 55th time. And then mixed based on touch. I have skipped over that too. It's leftovers. Yeah. So that's all the anime. That's all the animes. Yay or nay? What do you guys think? I think it's a lot of great yay anime this season, right? A lot of strong animes. Again, as always, Dumbbell coming tomorrow is the best stuff. And then probably Okasa no Line for me. I mean, I am a big Isekai fan, and I like the premise because I think we all know it's like, oh, Mom. Oh, leave me alone, Mom. I think we all know how, that annoying, overbearing mother is. Yeah, over-affectionate, overbearing mother is. And having that, combined that with her being so much stronger and better than you, it's super annoying. So the comedy is right to itself. I like the premise. I think the premise is freaking perfect. Very good anime. That for me, Dr. Stone. Yeah, that's my number 3 is probably. Dr. Stone, as I mentioned, I think it's better than Fire Force. Because Fire Force screams shonen. I like Fire Force a lot, but it screams like everything I've seen before in my life. But Stone is an intelligent main character in another way, in a well-written way so far. So I really like the Stone. It gives me, it's more Promised Neverland, I guess, as shonen, more than like One Piece and so on. And I really like that, yeah. So anyways, hope you guys like the yay or nay. Some more similar videos in the future. Maybe an opening, reaction, opening, analyzation probably better, I guess. We can talk about all the openings. Maybe a bit more channel posts. And probably do one of these in the end of the season. I hope to do something similar, right? Talk about what was correct, what was not. Of course, some animes I'm giving a nay to. I will actually keep still watching. For example, Arifurata is like a burning garbage can, so I can't stop. It's like a moth to the flames. I can't stop watching it. It's interesting to watch the burning, so still watching that. Otherwise, obviously, it's a little bit. This my reaction schedule might get a little tighter. We might throw away the nay stuff. I think my honest biggest concern is, for example, the double Isekai Wednesday, and also, of course, as I mentioned a lot of time, the school animes. We have one really, really good school anime, and one other one is really weak, I feel, right? So I think those are like obvious differences there, right? But anyways, hope you guys like the stuff. See you guys tomorrow with, of course, then Dumbbell reaction review and so on. Kanata no Asura review and reaction, and the double Isekai. And after that, I'll probably pick only one of the Isekais to watch. We will see. I probably have time to do both of them this week and next week, and probably the next 2 weeks. But after that, some vacation is over, and then I probably will only pick one of them. And I don't know which one. Might even skip both because they're both so generic. Who knows? Anyways, see you guys tomorrow, and have a great day.